when everyone was playing Star Wars Galaxies and everyone loved Star Wars Galaxies was probably the most excited I've been about the game. So if we just search Star Wars, right? And we say, what if DM wanted to go back to his legacy and play some Star Wars games? What would be the game we would start with? You know what? Actually what it is? Here's what we're going to do.
You can live the adventure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Become a Jedi, a bounty hunter, a rebel commando, or one of over 30 different professions.
They just need to
played
relaunch
Star
this
Wars
game.
Galaxies back in the day.
Absolutely.
And you know how special it was, how unique of an MMO
100%.
experience it was. You weren't just playing a Star Wars game, you were living a Star Wars life.
Yes.
You could be anything.
The amazing part about this game is how many different classes and abilities they had. They actually built the world around it. Like, because the game just didn't have a straight boner for combat all of the time, like there was musicians and dancers and architects and all this stuff, people that build stuff. Because there's a huge focus on the economy and that type of side, plus the whole political side of stuff too, with like being able to build different bases and then being able to pick if you want to be rebel or imperial, and the whole faction system of like grinding through. It might have been like when everyone was playing Star Wars Galaxies and everyone loved Star Wars Galaxies was probably the most excited I've been about the game. At my peak. I don't know if I've ever been more excited about a game. Like when I was playing Star Wars Galaxies, I was literally like in love with the game. Like, and I loved the community when I was playing it. I loved the people I was playing with. All of the people online that I talked to were amazing, and everyone was super into Star Wars and into the game, and everyone was pretending to be the doing role play and stuff like that. And I actually miss those days of gaming. Because I feel like it's so much about like the pre-order and the monetization and what does the game have and is it a good game and what's the next content and did the dev sleep with somebody? Like it's all that type of stuff now where it's like I never get into the game and just see like passionate people that are just super hyped about whatever the IP is, regardless of whatever horse shit you're dealing with. Because it's like even back then Star Wars, I remember this game had problems. Like every game I've ever played's always got problems, but it's so hard to as time goes on more and more and more, the negativity in the world seems to be winning. So I just kind of I miss this era because it seemed all about the games, and like people were willing to pay a subscription fee or whatever, and they didn't have all this horse in the games, and you could just focus on the game and playing the game. I don't know. I miss those days.
And in the year 2022, you can still play the game. For example, swgemu aims to bring its players a completely authentic Star Wars Galaxies experience from 2003, meaning none of the combat upgrade patches or the NGE new game enhancements updates that came later on in the game. That many would argue ruined the uniqueness of the game. And I would slightly agree with that. I'm playing on Star Wars Galaxies Legends. The population of Legends is great. It's active. Last night I logged on and there were like 1,100 people playing the game or so.
Hashtag ad question mark.
You can go to Bespin in Star Wars Galaxies. Bespin is an area that is completely authentic to the Star Wars Galaxies Legends server. Now, some of you Galaxies veterans might not like Legends. It is post-NGE. So if you play the game as I did from launch and then quit when NGE came out, you won't see the original 32 professions that you could become. You'll see 9.
Or one of over 30 different professions.
They cut down to less than a third of the amount of classes there were in the game. I've never seen a game remove content out of the game willingly. They cut out the majority of the game for no reason.
So,
basically killed the game instantly.
Anyway, if you want to play the game in the year 2022, get the game client.
So how many people actually play this? Is Star Wars Galaxies any good in 2022? Okay, this guy's got a review from 2 months ago.
Star Wars Galaxies in 2022. It's safe to say that it's alive and kicking with swgemu.
Yeah, this game's probably never going to be what it was before, right? Let's be honest with ourselves. It's a dead game, DM. It's a dead game.
Help save the galaxy from the forces of the dark side. Or maybe create a dark side of your own.